Welcome to the first episode of Indy's Royal Adventures. As you will see, my Moto camera has seen better days and instantly proved to me that I need a new one. That will make its appearance in episode 2. In the meantime, you'll have to suffer in the knowledge that things will improve. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Welcome to the channel. So this is the first video that I'm doing on the YouTube channel, Indy's Royal Adventures. What's it about? So very briefly, Indy, Indiana is my Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, which was new about 3 weeks ago. And we're going to go off on some adventures. As simple as that. So my name's Gary, Moto Gaz or Moto Gaz. So I would say I'm now an experienced rider. I'm not an off-roader. I'd like to be, so we might be doing some off-road. But I'm an experienced rider. I've covered a lot of miles in my time. But anyway, what the channel's about really is about motorcycling adventures, going out, short tours, medium tours, long tours. We are making this up a little bit as we go along. But it is about going out, being safe and having fun on a motorcycle. Now for the most part it will be in Portugal because that's where I live. And the Portuguese roads and the destinations that you can visit easily are just numerous. There are hundreds of them everywhere. Which brings me on to today. So today, our very first one, what I thought is let's keep it reasonably local. I thought about the fact that it's Britain. I'm British, and I'm in Portugal. It's the oldest alliance, military alliance and alliance in the world, 600-700 years, can't remember. And a notable event took place in the early 19th century at a place called Bussaco Ridge, which is where we're going to head today. There, the Duke of Wellington with the British Army alongside a portion of the Portuguese Army repelled a French invasion, which proved to be a turning point in the Peninsular Wars, because this is pretty much where the French, under Napoleon's command, he wasn't actually there, but under Napoleon's command, this is where the French turned back and said nah. So it's a famous battle and it's a famous ridge, and it's local to me. Now what's great about Bussaco as well is there is something there befitting of Indy here, and what it is sorry, it's a dog there. What it is it's a palace. So what better place for a royal to go than a palace? So we're going to Bussaco Palace. We're going to take a look. We're going to take a stop, a little ride over there. It's a beautiful ride over there. This is just the first section. First section from a local village called Ribeira, going over to Baracão, not Bussaco, but Baracão, which is on the road, which then leads us up towards Bussaco. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the summit first, and we're going to take a look there. So hey, let's enjoy the ride.
So this is the monument of the Battle of Bussaco. The battle took place on the 27th September 1810. So you had Napoleon's army under some French commander. Napoleon wasn't here, as I mentioned. On one side with about 45 to 55,000 troops, something like that. They were attacking. And then on the other side you had, under Lord Wellington, you had the Anglo-Portuguese army. And they basically, their objective was to repel the invasion of the French. And they only had 38,000, something like that. So there were less English Anglo-Portuguese troops. So they did a good job. Anyway, it's a very, very immense occasion. Obviously in the Peninsular War it was a turning point, as I say. And so they have erected this rather fantastic monument that I'm going to show you now. So let's take a look. So this is what I do the rides for. When I'm out on my own, you go somewhere, you visit somewhere, you stop at some nice places along the way. Ultimately, what you want to do is get to a place where you can just go, wow. And this is Cruz de Alta, so it's on the Bussaco Ridge. And it is very much a wow location, because up here you can see all around. Yeah, you should, on a good clear day, be able to see the sea over in that direction. But then if we just come round a little bit, because the views are not quite 360, but getting there. The palace is down there somewhere. But over there in the distance, oh, can you see it? I've got this is tracking my face, so that's really not helping at all. So if I go down a little bit, let's turn it around. Over there in the distance, just above those trees there, there's a little peak that you might just be able to see. And that is Caramelino, which is on the Serra de Caramulo, which is technically our local mountain. I call it a local mountain. We'll go for a ride there one day. So Cruz de Alta, I think now we'll just go and have a quick look at the Bussaco Palace, if we can get in. I'll have to see. befitting of a royal, as Indy is, our last stop today is a palace. Not quite that sort of palace though. We are at Bussaco Palace. Okay, which is just one of the most magnificent buildings you'll ever see. It really is quite something special. Now Bussaco Palace is, it was originally a convent, but now it's a hotel, and it sits within the Bussaco Forest on the ridge Bussaco. There's a lot of evidence of religious Christian things in the forest. There are like the steps of Christ, I can't remember what it's called now, the stages of Christ, the 12 stages of Christ, dotted around, lots of places to go and be calm, little chapels, stuff like that. But obviously, aside from some of the gardens as well, which I might be able to show you a little bit of footage just while I'm talking here, the actual palace itself is quite majestic. It really is, from all sides. Now it's amazing, obviously it would be so much nicer if there wasn't a million tourists here at the moment, and they all listen, church bells, and they all seem to have a very, very loud voice. We are going to go and find somewhere quiet in the shade because it is now hot. It's approaching 30 degrees now. And just to wrap up, so I think this is a nice place to end our first little adventure. And then it's back on the bike, on the twisties, back to home. Okay, so that wraps it up for this week. We are just closing off at Bussaco Palace, having been on the Bussaco Ridge. What's really going to help me is if you like and comment about places, maybe you've been here, something that we've missed in here. But what I'm really trying to do is get this channel moving, and I've got a little bet with my other half to get 1,000 subscribers in 10 weeks. Okay, so that's like 100 a week. It's a bit of an ask, but let's do it. So I want to get some subscribers, so hit that subscribe button. You can really help me out with doing that, and I can win the bet with my wife. Also, yeah, hit like, comment, it's all going to help. We are going to do more, so the first few I'm really finding my feet here and working out how it works. But anyway, let's see how it goes. In the meantime, enjoy the ride home, stay safe out there people, shiny side up, speak to you soon, bye now.